because anyone who is a client in real estate is usually going through some life change. You're either getting a divorce, or you just got married, or you're moving up, or you're moving down, or someone died, you know. So in some way, your clients do need you to be compassionate and understanding of what they're going through. And most of the time, you do have to do a lot of life coaching. So I consider that a lot of my experience. And what I found out is working in real estate, I really was able to walk in my clients' shoes. And my clients are nice people. They're really just looking to put a little boost. Maybe they're feeling a little stuck. So when you work with me, you don't have to feel like there's something wrong with you. Maybe you just need a little bit of help. But if you're having any other issues, like I work in a way that is like, if you're it's water and you put a little drop on it, it has this wave, right? It makes that affects other people. So when I work with a client, it also affects their children, their parents, and the people around them. So the change can take place where everybody welcomes the change, and it's not like, oh, I don't know you, I don't know why you're acting this way. I like it better when you were the way you were, because then I know what to expect. And also, I help them to gain confidence. Like if you're having a little bit of issues prospecting, or not know what's going on or how to do something and you're a little afraid, I would help you with that too. And as an independent contractor, we have a lot on our mind. Most of the time, that's all you do. And you're not able to proceed with what you're doing because there's something there that is somehow hanging over you. And so I found that being a realtor, because you don't really have a boss and you're really telling yourself what to do, you're not quite sure with all of these areas where you're going to be working, whether you're going to be marketing, are you going to be knocking on doors, are you going to be soliciting by phone, are you going to be networking, all of the above, which one will work best for you? And so I tailor my coaching to your true power of what you do best. You don't have to do what others are doing just because they're doing it. I tailor it so that we can do the best of what you can do and then work on that, and we can build a plan. It can also involve your schedule and family and being with your loved ones and planning vacations. It's just to write out a plan of what would be best for you. Here I'm going to introduce to you that it's not just all about business, because you're constantly just maybe thinking of business because there's something in it that you really have to have. And so there's times when you feel that desperation and you put that out. And when you pull that desperation out, it's almost like an animal's instinct where your clients can smell it. Kind of just says, whoa, keep away, you know. You don't know where that vibe is coming from, but it's there. And there's times when you just get really busy and you've got all of these goals, and sometimes you get so caught up in just what you have to do in the moment that you forget you have to look towards the future to continue prospecting, to keep bringing in that money and not get stuck with what you're doing here. You have to be able to look beyond that. So I developed a way that you can prioritize, organize, and also have the courage to handle the things that you can act. So this is a yin and a yang, and what you have to realize is there are good times and there's bad times, and there's always a positive and negative. There's always the opposite. And with the circle of life, you can sometimes end up on top, sometimes on the bottom, and there's time to rest and there's time to work. You don't jumble it all at once. There's polar opposites of everything that goes on in life. And so you will have your good times and you will have your bad times. So in those bad times, I teach you to not take it in, to sharpen your skills, to use that time to cocoon and come out even better on the other side. When the circle of life is happening, there's different stages that you go through. The baby, going to college, moving out on your own, those are all life changes. We start to be uncomfortable, but it's a good thing. When you start to feel uncomfortable and you start to feel bored, it's because it's time to grow. It's time to step out of your comfort zone. You're not growing and you start to get miserable. Some people even hit depression because most people just go on day to day, but they don't really see the future. They don't really have a plan for the future. When I was new, I just kind of let the day rule what I was doing. I kind of just went with the flow and not really, I didn't understand prospecting. I didn't understand a lot of things. And everything in life that's ever going to make you happy involves people or has made you happy. Anything in life that saddens you involves people. People are, it's really the way you're going to move. So you can't avoid people. You can't be behind your screen doing searching and being on Facebook. You really have to be face to face. And I was also a DJ. And the way that I did that is just by being with people. I learned a lot. I learned from being a makeup artist, people's issues and troubles. I don't know why, but people love to come to me anyway and tell me their sorrows. And so when I became a life coach, I got a whole lot better. This is a study that was done on what happens to your brain. When you're under stress, you see that red on the right side? When you're under stress, this is perfectly normal. That's a normal brain. When you're under stress, your brain kind of shrinks and you're not getting enough oxygen. Your pulse rate goes up, your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up. And the way to do that, to get from there to here, and there is a way, what I work with is what happens in the brain, neurons. It's about controlling your mind, how to control your mind. And the best way to do it is to have a healthy brain. When you're upset, you get really, really tight, like everybody make a fist. Now hold on to your wrist like this and let it go, and just relax your hand. That's what happens to your body when you're uptight.